Question number 1, what shape is this right here? This is a trapezoid. We know it's a trapezoid because it's a wonky looking shape, and it only has one set of parallel sides. These other sides right here and right here, if they kept going, would eventually touch, so those are not parallel. So since it has one set of parallel sides, it's a trapezoid. What is the formula for the area of a trapezoid? The area of a trapezoid is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. So that means that I need a total of 1, 2, 3 numbers. But if we look over here at our trapezoid, they actually gave us 4 numbers. So which number should I cross off and why should I cross it off? The number I should cross off is 7. And the reason why is because 7 is on a slant. Remember, we have no slants. So we're going to cross that one off. Next up, I need to find my bases. Now, in a trapezoid, we know that bases are what from each other? Bases are across from each other. So taking a look at your trapezoid, what 2 numbers are across from each other? The 2 numbers across from each other are 14 and 18. So that's what we're going to put in for our 2 bases. And then our height is in between our 2 bases, so our height is 9. So when I go to plug it in, I would have area equals 14 plus 18 times 9 divided by 2. And what do you get when you plug that into your calculator? We should have gotten that the area equals 144. Let's take a look at this one right here. So this right here is a composite figure. We have 3 shapes that are all put together and we need to find the total area. So we just do that by breaking it apart shape by shape. So we're going to take a look at shape 1 right here. So this is shape 1. What type of shape is shape 1? It is a rectangle. What is the formula for the area of a rectangle? That would be area equals base times height. Looking at your rectangle, what's your base and what's your height? Our base is 9 and our height is 9. So I would plug it in as 9 times 9. So that gives me an area of 81. Now, let's take a look at rectangle number 2. So this right here is also a rectangle. And what's the formula for the area of a rectangle? That would be area equals base times height. Well, when we take a look at this rectangle, I see a base right here of 9, but I don't know what this is right here. So how would we figure out what this is right here? When I look at that right there, I know that I'm looking for this, and I need to find something that's the exact same height as that. So I'm going to just draw 2 lines. Usually I would use my finger, but I can't really do that with this. I'm going to draw 2 lines, and I'm going to be like, oh, look at that right there. That has the exact same height as that right there. What? So that right there must be 9. So that means I would have area equals 9 times 9, which gives me an area of 81. All right, then we have our last little shape right here. And this shape right here is a what? This shape right here is a rectangle. What is the formula for the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle is area equals base times height. So if we take a look at this rectangle, I do see a base right here of 28. So I know I can plug that in right there. When I take a look at my height, I am super tempted to say that my height is 20. But 20 is all of this right here. Do we see how that right there is not our height of just this rectangle? I need the height of just that rectangle. So I know that the total, whoa, I didn't mean to do all that. I know that the total right here is 20. So the total height is 20. I need to find the height of just this right here. So that means I need to get rid of this right here. I need to take that part out. So I know that this right here is 9, which means that this part right here is what? 9. So if I know that the whole thing, all of this right here is 20, and I know that I want to cut off that 9 to get this right here, how would I cut that off? I would subtract. So I would do 20 minus 9, which gives me a height right here of 11. So I have 28 times 11, which gives me 308. Now that I know the area of each individual part, how would I find the area of the whole thing? So I know that this is 81, and this is 308. I would add all of those together to find the area of the composite figure. So I have 308 plus 81 plus 81, and that's going to 470. Okay, next one. So right here, we're looking at a composite figure. So I have shape 1, which is this right here. And what kind of shape right there is shape 1? Shape 1 is a triangle. What is the formula for the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. So that means I need to look at my triangle and find my base and my height. Well, I see this right here is my height, goes up and down, and that would be 2. So where my height is, I'm going to put 2. I still need to figure out what my base is. So there's my base right there, and there is no number on it. I do see that this over here is 8. So I know that that right there is 8. And then I see that across from that is 10. So if I know that all of this right here is 10, and then I know that this portion right here is 8, how would I figure out what this portion is right here? I would subtract 10 minus 8 to find that that portion right there is 2. All right, so when I plug that in, I have area equals 2 times 2 divided by 2, which is going to give me an area of 4. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to take a look at is going to be this shape right here. What shape is that? That is a rectangle. What is the formula for the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle is base times height. So all I got to do is I just have to find my base and I have to find my height. So looking at your rectangle, what is your base? Our base is the 10 right here because that 10 goes all the way across. Now, we could be tempted to say 8, but that 8 doesn't go all the way across my rectangle. It's missing this part right here. So my base is going to be 10. And then what's my height of my rectangle? My height of my rectangle is 2. So I have area equals 10 times 2. So that gives me an area of 20. So now that I know the area of the triangle and the area of the rectangle, how do I find the area of the whole thing? I add it together. So I do 20 plus 4, which gives me 24. Okay, taking a look at this right here, we have two shapes. Here is my first shape right here. Ew, that was disgusting, sorry. Here's my first shape right here. What kind of shape is that? That is a trapezoid. What is the formula for the area of a trapezoid? That is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. So taking a look at my trapezoid, I first need to figure out what my bases are. I know that the bases of a trapezoid are what? Across from each other. So here is this base, and here's my other base right there. Well, I know that base 1 would obviously be 12. I just have to figure out what base 2 is. So I am looking at this right here, and I need to figure out what that is. So I need to find something that's equal to it. So if I were you, I would usually take my fingers and go up and down along the sides until we find something that matches. But I'm just going to use this laser pointer. So looking at that, what is the exact same length as that right there? That would be this, which is 24. So this right here matches with this right here. So this is 24 right there. So I plug in 24. And then looking at your trapezoid, what is the height? 6. So I would have 12 plus 24 times 6 divided by 2. And when I calculate that, that gives me 108. Alright, then we have our next shape, which is our rectangle, which is right here. Rectangle. What's the formula for an area of a rectangle? That's area equals base times height. So looking at my rectangle, what's the base? The base is 24, and then what's the height? The height is 6. So I would do area equals 24 times 6, and that's going to give me an area of 252. So if I know the area of my trapezoid and I know the area of my rectangle, how do I find the area of the whole thing? I would add it all up together, and that's going to give me a total area of 360. I have this last question right here, which is two fractions that are set equal to each other. So how do you, this is a proportion actually, and how do you solve a proportion? We solve a proportion by cross multiplying. So I do 30 times x, which gives me 30x, and then I do 16 times 7.5, and that's going to give me 120. Now, at this point, I'm looking at an equation. What operation is happening between 30 and x? That's multiplication. And how do I get rid of multiplication? I divide. So I divide both sides by what? 30. 120 divided by 30 gives me 4.